really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hold, when you're ready, on you. Ready, move, up, move, go.
There's a lot riding on this election. They want to own every candidate that has a significant chance of winning. In the last video, I expressed concern for his safety. I'm actually leaning towards him being in on it. Like, you know how people can fake their deaths? I think he's going to be the actor that he is and play his part, play his role to the fullest.
So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So
there's technology to bring him back. And all of this will fall in line with the book of Revelation, the role of the Antichrist, where he is wounded in his head, yet lived. But yes, stay out of his rallies. And they want chaos in the streets. They want this civil war. They want to blame someone for this.
It's been revealed Secret Service ramped up security after receiving intel of an Iranian plot to assassinate Donald Trump prior to last weekend's shooting.
But no, Trump is not to be trusted. But yes, I would recommend that you guys stay away from this entire thing, because I've been feeling for a long time that they're planning a huge ritual. That's essentially what voting for president is. Casting your ballot is a huge ritual. Just look up the layout of Washington, D.C. for yourselves. They're planning mass chaos.
About your policies for a second. As you know, this president of the United States, when it comes to Israel, is getting protested. Now he seems to be turning on Israel. But the non-committed vote that Biden's getting, they're not going to like you either, because you are firmly in Israel's camp, correct? Are you on board with the way the IDF is taking the fight in Gaza?
You got to finish the problem. You had a horrible invasion. It took place. It would have never happened if I was president, by the way. As you know, Iran was broke, Brian. They were broke. They had no money for Hamas, for Hezbollah. They were broke. This would have never happened. And for another reason, they wouldn't have done it to me. I guarantee you that. They did this because they have no respect for Biden. And frankly, they got soft. And what happened here is incredible. That should never have happened.
There's also this agenda to get this female president in office. So this is inside the December 2023 issue of The Economist magazine. At the top left corner, you can see them showing us a female Democratic candidate facing off with Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump with a question mark over the right ear. They're also revealing and laying out many other plans in this one picture. Neuralink technology, resource wars, economic downturn, the implementation of the new digital currency. I wonder if these people even realized that they were wholeheartedly and willingly participating in an Illuminati ritual, complete with the death of a human sacrifice. MAGA, satanic worship. Everyone came and dressed their part. Notice the man towards the front row wearing the Freemasonry brick pattern shirt, symbolic of setting the foundation for the New World Order, complete with even the crisis actors came out. Whether the human sacrifice knew that he would be the human sacrifice that day matters not, because if you are following along and pledging your allegiance to this man, you are his human sacrifice, because he is helping to go forward with the depopulation agenda. And our lives do not matter to these people, especially the people at the top of their depopulation list, people who are clinging to the outdated system that they're trying to do away with. A lot of these people are following the Q information. So they are in the process of awakening, but they've fallen into a trap, a consciousness trap or a psyop.
We live in a duality. Because if it was all love and light, we would not be going down this road to global fascism and the powers that be wanting to eliminate 2/3 of the world's population. That is not love and light. Okay? You cannot eat gold and silver. It is imperative that you start storing food, and I will tell you simply why. If they do crash the dollar, which they are going to do, in order to create a global currency and a global government, you won't be able to buy food. Gasoline will go to $18, $20 a gallon. Truckers will not be able to deliver product. What you have is what you'll have. Okay? It is imperative to, if you can, start forming within your community gardens, figuring it out. You need to start talking about this. I know most people are simply not open to it. Just do the best you can. I mean, we're all fighting the fight. Now, America is on the front line of this, and the reason is simple. America created a new domain of knowing. America was created to get rid of the aristocracy of the old world, to create something new, to create individual liberties, to create personal freedoms. That was never known in the world before. And we have that. And because of our apathy, we have lost virtually all of those. And it is no one else's fault. It is our own fault. We have known since the 60s that the CIA has been trafficking narcotics. We know this. We have known that the CIA has been assassinating and overthrowing governments. We have known that there's been a cover-up of what there is on the moon and inside our solar system. We know this. We know that there is extraterrestrial life. We know this. That is no longer the discussion. We know that the government has become corrupt. Okay? The personages that rule the planet are not us. They are not human beings. And I will say this with my very last breath. They are not us. Okay? Now, what happened was that they took over because they think holographically. It was very easy to get around the pyramidal power structure on Earth because it's completely obsolete everywhere else out there. So if you come in using a holograph, using holographic technology, but thinking, what you do is you create your structure everywhere, so no matter what happens, whether one group gets taken out, another group takes out, is gone, the other components are still there to rise up and still manage and control. Because each of these components have a picture of the whole, and they have all the technology and everything they need to continue to control and dominate and brainwash. Okay? We're over our heads here, but we're not alone. Now, what happened was they took over. It was very easy to take over the governments. You dangle technology, you dangle knowledge, you dangle ancient history, and you give them this technology in secret. Okay? You have it. We're going to give it to you. The United States of America made this mistake. The missing trillions of dollars from the Federal Reserve. Okay, I have been told that it's $24 trillion is what they carry on their books. And virtually most of that has gone into the secret space program and the colonization of our solar system. You can choose to believe that or not. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't change the reality of it. Okay? So what happened was the pirates took over the ship. Okay? The governments, realizing that they had all this technology and that they were 1,000 years more advanced than we were, instead of telling everyone, hey, we have a problem here, and standing tall and doing the right thing, they joined the pirates. We are literally only now, as passengers on the ship, finding out and realizing that we've been hijacked. Okay, that's the movement. And many people are going to have a very difficult time when they realize that reality is not at all what they think it is, or what they thought it was. Even those of us who have been exposed to this for many, many years have oh shit moments. It's impossible not to, you know? Yes, our politicians sold out. It was easy to corrupt them. We have an enormous mess. They're stuck in the middle as well. Over the next year and a half, there's going to be so many changes. America is the focal point here of this, and the reason for that is because Americans, despite our educational system, are still very smart. We are very able to think out of the box. We are excellent problem solvers, and we are armed to the teeth. They constantly will have to be looking over their shoulder unless they take us out. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the goal. They cannot have a new world they cannot have a world government without taking out the US. And I mean taking it to its knees. Now, this is not the portion, this is not where the whole presentation is going, but it's important to give you this background, because the world used to look to us for the ideals of freedom. Immigrants all over the world have come to America. My grandparents were immigrants to this country because they believed in individual liberties. They believed in freedom. They believed in the principles that were in the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights. And ladies and gentlemen, that is who we are. We are not the crap that they show you on television. Gentlemen, you are not. Gentlemen, you are not the weak-kneed, sissy morons they try to portray us on television either. You are strong, you are family-oriented, you have faith, and you are warriors. And you're going to need to take a stand and defend your country and your family. Make no mistake about it. The two gentlemen that were here talking about The super soldiers, yeah, they're here. They're definitely here. They're hybrids. They're here. Now, many of us in the community and in the world as a whole, we can't even agree on what the problem is. And because of that, we will never even agree on a solution. So it's imperative that open dialogue continue to occur. And I know that for those of those who have been in the exopolitics, that's what I'm basically calling the UFO community, exopolitics now, you've had a remarkable amount of patience. And your biggest tests are coming, because as more and more of this information comes out, more and more people are going to want to ask you, who they thought were crazy, what the hell's going on? They're going to want to know. And you're going to have to try, in a very calm manner, explain it to them, even though you yourselves are going to have all the butterflies. You're going to be wondering, how the hell am I going to even deal with this? Because you have some background information. Now, this ET component is really about us. It is our destiny to travel the stars. It is our destiny to continue to move out and colonize space, especially our own solar system. It is not our destiny to be killed by vaccine and war. You will have to make those choices. My choices are already made. Okay, my decisions are clear. I am the father of 5 children. There is no way I'm going to back down and I'm going to sell them into slavery. Never going to happen. Okay, you need to make your own choices. Okay. I once asked Theseus, one of the Andromedans, who has since crossed over, what was to become of us? Some of this may be a review for some of you. What was to become of us? What was going to happen to our race, to our civilization? And he just looked at me and he said, this is how we see you. Responsible freedom of self-determination, becoming truly self-confident and free, to unconditionally be responsible for oneself without being coerced to accept some higher authority. To unconditionally be responsible for oneself without being coerced to accept some higher authority. To unconditionally be responsible for oneself without being coerced to accept some higher authority.